Okay, so I said I did a thing. While I was playing through the Crown of the Magister campaign with Colgar in our party, he had the boots of non-hindrance, which meant that you could put stuff in his backpack and it would carry across into the game, but he also wouldn't be bothered by hindrance. Sadly, I forgot about the hindrance part until later on, but I thought I'd bring a few things across with us from the shopping spree, and yeah, I might have bought things knowing that it's going to come across in his inventory for our other characters. I might have put all of the weapons into his inventory that my characters weren't using. Yeah. Colgar, let's look at Colgar first. So, he has the Lightbringer Greatsword, 2d6 plus 1 damage, and 1d8 radiant. He's a paladin. He's built up to be a radiant dance machine. That's a Destiny joke. Basically, he has a spell that boosts his radiant damage. Smites do radiant damage. He natively does radiant damage as he hits things. Built into sword as well. Yes. He hits hard. He hits shiny. He's great against the undead. It's a shame that the models of the weapons don't look any different in hand. There's some really nice models in here. They've changed how all the armor looks, which is cool. But yeah, so he's pretty much set up early game with the gear that he had. He also had a +1 crossbow. It's nothing special, but it'll do the job. Load of different crossbow bolts, and he's also got radiant damage flash bolts. Bag of holding, obviously. He's got his Cloak of Arcana, which that can cast Pass Without a Trace once a day. That's cool. It just means that he can run up and down walls, cannot be strained by webs. It makes him move quite a lot. He has his +1 plate armor, so it's not the best. Gets him up to AC 20. But it's good. It works. Belt of Giant Strength, so he is 21 in strength. We've not really boosted his stats, as you can see. We popped his con up, but we've not boosted anything else. Because he had one of these belts. So when he hits very hard. Without the belt, he's only strength 17. That's why he keeps the belt on. And the boots of Striding Springing, so it boosts his normal walk distance of 5 to 6. He can jump the maximum distance without risk. He's unaffected by encumbrance, and he's unaffected by heavy armor penalties. So they're really nice boots for somebody who utilizes all of those things. So we pulled all that across from... I feel really bad about this. We pulled all of that across from everywhere else. The other things that we have in this inventory, we have another Doomblade Greatsword. I'm going to sling over that way. We have a +2 Magnificent Axe. We have loads of primed stuff that we can mess about with and craft with. A couple of scimitars, which is nice. We have a +1 scimitar. We have a primed mace. A quarterstaff +2, which will go that way. We have the Staff of Metis, which we got from one of the weird dimensions we were in. +2 to intelligence, up to 20, and a load of other stuff. And it's a quarterstaff, so I think that will work quite well with her. Magnificent Dagger. I like this style. I'm not probably going to use it. I like the look of this. I think it's a cool little design. It reminds me of Aragorn's dagger that he was given from Galadriel in Lothlorien. It's going to go over to our ranger. I'm going to sling the rapier over to you, although you're probably never going to use it. We have a heavy prime crossbow to give him something better. We have a primed longbow to give her something better. We have a couple of horns of blasting. Now they're barred items, nobody can use those. Doesn't really matter, we'll just sell them. As I said, we had some bolts. Loads of different armor choices. Breastplate wise, medium armor, +1. Vanco can use that. We also have chain shirts and things, so we'll see what works better with him. That's a chain shirt +2. Leather armor +2 is very nice. That can go to Misali. Cloth of the Lightbringers, I believe, is just for magic users. But it's a +3 AC that caught my eye. So, very nice. Going to Nibiria. We also have boots, rings, just stuff that we found. We have another belt of giant strength, so I can go over there. Braces of defense. Now, these only work, they're a +2 AC, but they only work when you're not wearing armor or using shield. Perfect for a sorcerer. That's why I bought them. Oh, I've just seen something else that makes me so happy. They have increased the cost of the manuals that boost your stats. I could only afford one. Knowing that he's nowhere near 20. And I could only buy a strength, constitution or a dex book. I figured we would use the dex book, and that will straight away boost Misali up to 22, which is a +6. You can see I've thought about what I'm going to bring in with Colgar, right? I do feel bad about it, but we need the advantage. It's fine. We have the Bright Wall Shield, which is cast light, cast daylight. I don't think anybody's going to use that, in all honesty. Boots of Fly. Wondrous boots. I can't remember what they do. They can go to a ranger. I also brought a Malakalan Rosary, just in case we didn't have one. I don't think he has a set of thieves tools. We have Spider Queen Venom, because it was never used. We have Temple Keys that were never used. We have Shards of Fire. We have the Band of Intellect. Don't know if that'll ever get used. We have, oh, they're gloves of arrow catching. You might like them. We have another Doom Gem. We have... no, it's not that. Where is it? Stuff to sell. There's a few bits to sell. We have the Diamond of Eli. We have the Crystal of Winter. We have a Cloud Diamond to make a longbow. All of this stuff that I just thought, yeah, why not? Let's take it. Winged boots. I think you might like them. I don't know. Precious ring. I believe this was some sort of... it increases armor, but I also think there was a load of magical stuff that it can do for certain charges a day. We also have Prime Breastplate, Prime Chainmail, and Primed Light Armor to make other armor for these two characters. You can see, I've thought about this. I've really thought about this. You can have the Scimitar. And crafting. You can craft, right? That isn't the Scimitar I thought it was. I was looking for the Scimitar of the Neanderthals. I mean, either way, we're going to get this bow done. No, we're not. We're not going to craft anything. We're going to hold off. Because we have the stuff to do it. We know that we can do it. I want this for Vanko as well. As much as I like swords, I think this is a really nice axe. It does one... It's so stupid. +1 to hit, +1 to damage. Does 1d8 or 1d10, depending on how he's holding it. He's only ever going to have... He doesn't use shields and things, so it's always going to be the d10. But then it's also the +2 d6 piercing damage. It's very nice. We don't have a slave stone. I could have bought one of those, but I obviously didn't think about it. Frostburn, it's a dagger, but it's okay. It does extra stuff. Soul Drinker is okay. No one's really going to use daggers. That's like the Magnificent, the one that we've got. I don't think we have any armor that's better than what we have. I'm also very aware. Very, that's quite nice actually. I'm a survival, but we can't craft that. Oh, that looks pretty. Scale armor. I want Vanko in scale armor. nice. Reduces a short bow. I'm interested in short bow. White burn is nice, and the light bringing sword is very nice as well. This might be stuff that we find, but I haven't got it. I'd already crafted one of those. Basically, we have a pretty good start. Let's have a little look around. Why are you over encumbered already? We know what they do. You definitely need them. So she is already... Because she only wears cloth armor, she starts at AC 13 because of her class and the dragon resistance, and she gets +3 for the dex. I'm going to throw those on. They look a bit... I don't like that the tail comes out of the cloak. They also look a bit... She looks like some sort of weird cosplay school teacher. It fits her perfectly. Intelligence, that headband, I know it doesn't say it because we don't know what it is effectively, but I do. That will boost her intelligence to 19, which is pretty good. Staff wise, so you already have a crappy quarterstaff. That's a +2. That would again boost your... I couldn't use that and that. That would give you elemental resistance. It would give you resistance to stuffs, but they're on charges. I think we'll give you that for the +2. Yeah, I quite like that. And I do want you to have them as well. That's going to boost your AC up something serious. They can go over there, that's why you're so overloaded. Masali, my dear, you're going to have +2, so she's 16, that puts her up onto 18. That looks okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst. You're also going to have a scimitar, because scimitars and short swords are finesse weapons, so she uses the dex. Oh, I think we're going to stick with light weapons and maybe go cloak and dagger next time around. But that at least gives you a magical... You don't get hindered, so you may as well carry all the heavy stuff. Those gloves are gloves of arrow catching. They're okay, they're nothing too exciting. The boots, I think, are boots of elf kind, which is some sort of dex advantage thing. Don't know if we'll use them, we'll see. I'm fairly happy with what you have and all of the crap that you've brought across me, to be fair. You've done yourself proud for a change. And Vanko will pop them boots on. You won't see them because he can't wear boots. He has clawed feet. But it means that he can cast fly once a day. On top of everything else that he can do. Now, here's the question. We'll pop that on there for now. All this stuff is going to take time to attune. Get rid of your spear. Have a big sword. Oh. That's annoying. He doesn't use his charisma. That must be a D&D 5e thing. Oh. Right, well, okay, he's still on a +3 to hit. And with that, he's up to +7. And the sword itself is 2d6 magical damage, which he'd have anyway, but it also inflicts Doomblade's Cut, which is a recurring effect of +1d6 necrotic every turn, which is cool. And actually, yeah, we can just boost his strength with this. So there you go. You have a belt that once it's attuned, it'll give you 21 strength. This is so obnoxious. The next question is, which of these is better? They're the same. You don't get any negatives to stealth either way. Right, what looks the best? That looks okay. He's up to AC 17. I don't think that looks very good. It doesn't really look like chainmail either. It looks too gold. They do the same thing. That's what you're going to have. That can go back that way. So can they. So, already, with what Colgar has brought, we have some nice stuff. But, as I've heard from Mark, who told me yesterday, each of these characters is staring at a chest. In this chest, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. They... Okay, hold on. They give you a load of stuff for every class. We'll see what's better than what we already have. I love these things. I absolutely love the braces of archery. And you get the endless quiver as well. Okay, right, loot all. You're going to loot all this. And then we'll have a look what there is, because this is going to be kitting... Oh, Lightbringer. And Warden Blade. I like Warden Blade because Spirit Guardians is really good. +1. We've got handy haversacks and stuff. We've already got Scrolls of Revivify. You also get another Bright Wall. That's interesting. Because not everybody should have got Bright Wall. Wands. Mace +1. Cloak of Ubiquity for a Warlock. Can cast Dimension Door 1 charge every day. Wand of Fear. You can cast Fear 1 charge. Cone of Fear. Wand of the War Mage is just a +1. You ignore half cover when making a spell attack. That's interesting. I've never really used a wand. And then we've just got all this stuff. Circle of Blasting, Scorching Ray once a day is nice. Another Wand of War Mage. Wand of Blight. Cast Blight. And a Wand of Lightning Bolts. Cast that right. Well, we know who's getting that, don't we? Gather round, ladies and gentlemen. We have gear to sort out. Is there anything else here? They just camped at the side of a road? Oh, that's nice. That's a cool bit of scenery. They camped at a fork in a road, facing the road. It's not a very good place to camp, considering we have a survival expert in our party. But let's see what she's picked up. So, Elven Thin Blade. Well, that fits you perfectly, doesn't it? It's only a +1. Oh, it's a martial weapon. And a monk weapon. Hold on, is it not a short sword? Rare weapons were crafted by the hand of Definth Sharpsight himself. They were prized by master spies for the Silent Whisper. While they ally the quantities of finesse and light blades with unmatched sharpness. So it is a light blade. We can use it in two hands, but it rolls a d8 instead of a d6. Yes. Just yes. And Stormbow, which we were going to craft anyway. Good job we looked at these before we said that crafting. It just gives you an insanely good bow. Sadly, it doesn't look like that. That looks awesome with the lightning sort of shooting through it. But that's fine. It's leveled you up. Lightbringer is extra. It might go to Vanko. We'll see. Oh, I like scimitars. But that is... It's 1d6 plus 1, so it's the same as the scimitar. Where did the scimitar go? But it also does 1d8 radiant. Radiant damage is huge. So, yeah, absolutely. Very nice. And that's you pretty much set up. Unless we find some really good stuff. Like, this is some of the best. They've given you some of... I've brought a lot across. But in those chests, there's some of the best weapons in the game. Breastplate, we've already got. Plate armor, we've already got. You can carry that. This isn't any better than what you're wearing, is it? No, because I brought the +2 stuff across. So they can go over there, we'll get rid of them. Circlet of blasting. You might enjoy that, I don't know. Just throw the quiver on for now, because you haven't got a belt. You can absolutely have one of those, so can you. You. They're really nice. It's not the biggest bags, but 1.8 carry. He already has a 3 times carry. But it just gives you that much more inventory space, which we're going to need, because obviously I'm going to loot everything. Wands can go your way. I think we will play about with wands, you know? Never used a wand before, some of them seem pretty good. So for your secondary weapon, you ignore... My problem is that you've got to attune them. Can you dual wield? Oh. It's a spell focus, not a wand. That seems even stronger. Now you don't have a component pouch. But does that mean you can't cast spells? No, it doesn't. Oh, odd. I'll go with it. No way! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this is insane. Right, so already that's excited me. It's 1d6 plus 1 recharge with 7 charges a day, so that's really cool. You can dual wield, so we will drop down to a d6 instead of a d8. Plus 1 spell attack. You ignore half cover when you... God. That's 3 things that need to be tuned already. Pretty sure that needs to be tuned. We're gonna struggle. 3 things isn't enough. We're gonna struggle. You're sorted, aren't you? Can you wear them as well? Oh god, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Did I get you anything nice? You're set up anyway, I don't know why I'm thinking about you. That's not better. No. I mean, just all the crafting stuff that we've brought across. It's ridiculous. I absolutely loaded them up with everything that I knew I wasn't going to use. That's a crossbow plus 1. You did pick up a heavy crossbow plus 1. So instantly we've even upgraded Colgar with something. Now here's the question. Damage potential is higher with a Doomblade. But Spirit Guardians is a very nice defensive AoE spell that can really build up the damage when enemies are getting up to you, and especially when he's in melee. You only use it once per day, but that's not really the end of the world. I think we're going to go with Warden Blade. Because I was tempted to craft him one of them anyway. And the picture of it looks very nice. I mean, that looks crap. It's like a battered old crappy sword. But either way, so we'll do that. What else did you have? Because you're still overloaded. No, you're not overloaded. That can go that way. Study the book. She's already +6 on Dex. Jesus Christ. She's going to be brutal in combat. Which is what we want. And just to show that point, +6. I did feel bad buying that and bringing it across. Oh. You can't cast Revivify. But you can, right. Thank God somebody can. I was starting to panic then. Okay, let's get a couple of short rests done, get this stuff attuned before we go off on our big adventure. This is nuts. The amount of stuff that the game is just happily thrown at us. You want that. You're already attuned. No, you can. It doesn't automatically put them in your inventory. You can choose to craft them, okay. Throw them on because they just fit your archery style. And you... The braces, that's the +3 though, isn't it? Let's have that because the necrotic damage resistance is cool as well. That's good. Can we do another one? Can we spam short rests? We obviously can. I think that one just to give you a little bit more armor. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily have him doing the fly stuff. Wasn't anything else for you. Let's get that on. Has this worked as I think it is, and that's giving you a +5? Yes. It has. She's now 19 AC. And she isn't going to be getting into combat. She's 20. Because she gets a +6. Don't imagine that she'll be going much higher than that. He's only 20. And what are you? You're 20 as well. We can get you a better breastplate or medium armor equivalent. And we can get you better plate. So we can up them a bit, but not really much. I could be tempted. I could be very tempted to stick a sword and shield on you. But we've already built you up with two-handed weapons. Yeah, we've already built you with two-handed weapons. The problem with Vanko is... like, he'd look good with a shield. He can use shields, I think. No, he can't use shields anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, cool. No, we don't have anybody who can identify. Oh, they're used there, are they? Interesting. Okay, that's quite cool. Yeah, we don't have anybody who can identify yet. I don't know if we will. I don't know if it's something that sorcerers get or not. It might be something that we look into. But at the minute, a lot of the stuff we need to identify that Kolgar has brought. But we're fairly well stacked up. Everything that needs to be attuned is attuned. I think it's time to actually start this journey. I'm not seeing any more loot. This is an old beaten up area. I suppose if it is out the way, it does look like it is a bit out the way. Maybe it's not the stupidest place to camp. But let's have a little run. We are finally... Oh, we can do something with this. The inscription of this long-forgotten statue was eroded by time and overgrown with moss. It looks like the Vestal of Einar, erected to proclaim that this land is under the protection of the Inarium. That's cool. Oh, we're under attack! Sneaky buggers.